I just saw a cat kill a bird.
Nice. Nice.
Yep, there's this big cat in the alleyway. Big cat. Big cat. One of the biggest I've ever seen. Very large. Very large, impressive cat. We have some of the most impressive large cats in any alley that I've ever seen. And this man he just throws over like, breads and kibble over his fence to feed these stray cats and stuff.
Monsters.
And then inevitably birds come and get stuff. And this cat was just like, "Oh, I don't know if I want," and then just
Whoa, snatched it
like
up.
as easily as if it was just like grabbing you know, a handful of pretzels,
Yeah,
it just snatched a bird.
it's funny because some cats just have that ability. Like, not all cats are killers, I don't think. But
You don't think so?
I think some cats are way better at hunting than other cats.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, there's definitely some cats that are like stalking a squirrel or something. It's like, there's no way that cat's getting that squirrel. But then there's other
Yeah,
cats that are just way better at it. Like, my
right.
parents have this black cat that is it's just a professional. It just
They still have that cat?
yeah, that cat is like
Wow.
going on 20 years old.
Yeah, I remember this cat.
I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast, but it survived for like a week. Did I tell you about that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's a funny story. This was after I had come to Korea, I think, and my mom messaged me that the cat had died. I was like, oh
Okay.
man. And he's like, usually when outdoor cats die, they just go off in the distance. They don't come back, you know?
Yes.
But like a week later, she found the cat. It had been trapped underneath a bird bath. You know, like those cement bird bath that are like they're like on the pedestal, and then the concrete bird bath, and then it's in two pieces, you know?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
she had jumped up on the bird bath, probably to kill a bird, it had fallen over, tipped over, and trapped her on the ground. And
Okay.
it had stormed like a bunch for that
Oh
week.
my God.
But honestly,
So
that
for a week it was trapped?
for a week, at least a week. It was at least a week. It was trapped underneath a bird bath. And then she thinks the storms kind of probably saved her because like
Mm.
water rushing under would have been able to drink some of it maybe. But then like she was walking the dogs, and then she heard this faint noise, and she's like, "Where's that noise coming from?" And she realized she saw the cat, or the bird bath tipped over rather, and she opened it up, and that cat shot out from under there, and she had been
Okay, hold on.
trapped out.
So, okay, I wasn't imagining this correctly. The bird bath tipped over and like if you trapped a bug in
Yeah.
under a cup, that's how it was
It was
trapped?
the bath part of it was flipped upside
Right.
down on the ground.
Completely over. Oh,
Yeah. And then
whoa.
that happened like 10 years ago.
Dang,
So she
crazy.
survived that, and then has gone on to live another 10 years.
Maybe maybe the cat made a deal with the devil
I think the
while it was under
cat's
there.
immortal. It's gonna outlive
Cat's
everyone.
immortal. Yeah. That's pretty cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
this cat just killed a bird and probably took its soul. Do you think that's how they get extra lives? Is they kill animals,
Yeah,
harvest their souls?
mhm.
Hmm.
They whenever you see a cat, sometimes they kill an animal, and it's like, "Oh, they just killed the animal. They didn't eat it. They just killed it just to kill it." They actually killed it for its soul.
Right. They didn't, yeah. That's the reason they didn't eat it.
Their mouth opens up like larger than their whole, yeah, and then it just
And then the bird is just like, and then it goes, and then it dies like a raisin.
Stupid.
Um, sorry, I'm all amped up right now.
Give me some of that
had a,
energy. I'm
I
freaking.
had a, yeah, I had like a really super long rehearsal, and then I had some coffee, and I drove in rush hour traffic, and then I scarfed down a bunch of food, and now I'm like, let's fucking do this.
You raging in the traffic?
Not too bad. No.
That's good.
It was not too bad. Yeah. I was happy like it was like the rehearsal that I was in previous was like pretty draining, so I was happy to be like doing just not play the trumpet and not think about trumpet for a while. So it was a good like at least on the ride. I took somebody to the airport, so at least on the ride back, it was like a just like shut my brain off and just sit.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So it was again, I'm not saying like there are people that there are people that have to commute in traffic every day, and that sounds horrible. Um, but in this instance, wasn't too bad. It was a nice reprieve, if you will.
Nice, man. I'm happy for you.
Hey, thank you. Speaking of battles, we have a couple of fight topics here, but let's. Oh, this was a lot on last time, but we didn't get to it. How about golf brawls?
Golf.
Now, I didn't say golf balls. I said golf brawls. I
Yeah, I
don't
came
think
up.
we talked about this last time.
I don't think so. I came up with that. I left it, wrote it as a note to myself because I was watch so many of these I like these public fight videos, like arguments getting escalated, like over escalated, and then these people fighting, especially whenever they don't know how to fight, and
Yeah,
it's hilarious. But yeah, I wrote down golf brawls, and I realized that's hilarious. Not golf balls, but golf brawls. And I was thinking,
brawls.
is like if that was like a regular thing, like if it was like as regular as in hockey, if it was like it was part of the golf experience.
Yeah.
Hey, hurry up!
We told you to play through. We don't want to play through.
Stop
We
talking
want
when
to,
I'm in my backswing.
idiot.
And then they
Come
just
here and say that to my face.
that's got to be how every single one of those fights start, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Or it's like, yeah, someone's trying to play through, and then, or someone tries to play through, but the people in front of them didn't say you guys can play through.
Mm-hmm.
So they just try and like hit past them, which is insane. Like, that's crazy because you could really hurt somebody hitting them
Right.
with a golf ball or something like that. I would have to imagine either that or it's like, I don't know, you overhear him talking about how freaking Steve at the office, man. He's just like,
Oh, it's
I'm
like
always, I'm always, I'm always having to do his fucking work and blah blah blah. And then you see fucking Steve on the golf course, and you're like, and you've had like,
way too
you've
many.
had 16 Coors Lights, you know, you're on the back nine and you're feeling fucking froggy as hell. Like, there's
I
Steve
wish
right
you
there.
if you were right, dude. That's Steve right over there,
If
dude.
I even see Steve, and you got your boys with you,
Exactly.
and they're all carrying sticks,
Egging you on.
yeah, and you got like, you know, you got your fucking athleisure on. You got your Lululemon full body golf suit on, moisture wicking, Climacool golf gear on.
But sometimes these golf brawlers are pretty old.
Dude, I'm envisioning nothing but middle-aged men
Okay,
fighting each
yeah,
other. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
beer
so funny
guts.
to watch.
They can't even touch their toes. Like, and when they swing and they get a little too much momentum, I mean, they fall. They trip over and fall. But I imagine you could get a pretty good like jab in like some
In
torque
those
in
golf
those
shoes,
golf
right?
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're like you're planted in the ground. Now I don't know how to throw a punch at all, but I imagine like you can get some torque in those stupid golf shoes.
And golfers are really good at using their hips
True.
to
Yeah.
drive a ball, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If they thought about it, they might be pretty good at throwing an overhand right or something.
But they're definitely not because they're not that athletic. Most golfers, I would say. Most golfers are probably not that athletic.
True, true.
Are they you know what's randomly been my in my algorithm is um and maybe you did this to me,
Yeah.
but it's like cringy videos of uh like Asian girls not pulling off jokes. Like I sent you one
Oh,
recently, but I've
yeah.
gotten more recently.
Uh-huh.
And like some of them it has like their friends like reacting to it is like okay, or then it's just sometimes it's just like skits that are just cringy and weird. Um Another one is like 4x4 videos, like 4x4 fail videos of like
Oh,
people in their like Toyota Tundra or Toyota Tacoma and they're going up
yeah.
a
I
hill and they
didn't do
just like
that with you for
a
you.
fucking wheel falls off. Like I'm like, well, why am I all of a sudden getting these now? It's so weird. Like maybe because I don't participate, it just like will
R-
randomly refresh
That's probably
and
it.
send. Yeah,
Because like
probably.
all this stuff that he used to click on, he's not clicking on anymore. So the next
I
time
got to
he's
try something
on,
new.
yeah, let's spice it up.
Yeah.
But with the girls, there's definitely some videos of guys too, just like bombing on
Yeah.
stage. I think that trend in comedy, it's like there's never been any more than there are now of these like open mics. It's become like karaoke.
Yeah.
I feel like comedy has become karaoke. I'm imagining because
Mm.
I don't go to these places, but because of places like because of the shows like Kill Tony and and comedy being so popular, I think so many people are like thinking, I'm gonna give it a shot, maybe.
Yeah.
The thing that's cringiest is not the fact that she's up there or he or she is up there bombing and telling bad jokes. The cringiest thing is the audience is a little, it's like way too supportive.
Yeah.
And I think I might be pretty supportive in an audience if I notice someone was bombing, but it's like it
Especially if you're in an open mic.
yeah, it doesn't match at all though, because it's like she's got the swagger and
That's
like
yeah, the energy is like, okay, well, she seems like she knows what she's doing.
exactly. She seems like she said jokes that have made people laugh, or she's probably
Mhm.
funny with someone. And then she got up there, she had that same energy of someone who's just like dominating the room.
Yeah.
And then the audience is laughing at it, but obviously the jokes are horrible. They're not even jokes.
They're not funny, yeah.
So it was really bizarro. It was really confusing.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Um I thought I that yeah, that Kill Tony was very funny.
Yeah, you started with the Trump. Like since I've been watching the latest episode with Shane doing, I like Shane Gillis. I call him Shane. You know,
Well, I mean, we know him for big time fan of his and he of us, you know.
but like the Trump impression thing, it's like it's one of those impressions. Whenever you hear it, I mean, you could do a pretty good. You can do a good impression, but when I hear it, it's like I can hear it in my head, the
Yeah.
impression, and
Hmm.
then I try and do it. It's like I can't do it at all.
Yeah.
It's one of those deceptively difficult.
Well, it's just like these people that watch stand-up comedy and they're like, do
Yeah,
that. I can
like
do that. When they
all
see
these.
somebody that's really good at like doing something like that, like it's like when I watch video game streamers or streamers or whatever like play really tough video games, I think to myself, "Oh, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do that tonight. I got Elden Ring. I'm going to do that." And I just get pummeled, you
Yeah,
know, because they're really good and they can play through Elden Ring, one of the hardest games, in like 2 hours,
right.
having said it, like just run boss rush everything. And it's then you play the game yourself and you're like, oh no, what have I done here? What did I think? I'm an idiot.
No way.
I had a funny topic now that I saved it on here. But and I love this this account. It's called the Feed Ski.
Okay.
Have you heard of this? I've gotten a few topics for our podcast from this person. But this is funny. It's the title of the picture is 3,200-year-old work attendance sheets list bizarre reasons employees couldn't make it to work. And they're literally stone tablets of I guess like the reason that like Steve missed work
Okay.
or like whoever's
They're
missing
like
work.
they're
So
like emails.
yeah, kind of yeah, like their attendance sheet. So it's like hope this email hope this stone tablet finds you well. I'm unable to come
And then
in.
just like throwing them out of the window.
Yeah, I'm unable to come to the pyramid today to work for nothing. Um, please see attached doctor's note for my reason behind not coming. And some of these are pretty funny. I'll read the whole list. Brewing beer, good reason.
That's a good reason.
His daughter was bleeding. They don't say
To what
why they're
extent?
bleeding. I am I have to I know why they're bleeding. I would like to think that they were maybe in some hand-to-hand combat.
Hmm.
The daughter was fighting for the family's honor and they got like a cool cut above the eyebrow or something like that, but probably not. An offering to the god, just the god.
That you.
Um yeah, we were up last night slaughtering goats for raw and got a little rowdy. And so I'm just a little sleepy. I'm gonna take the day off. Um Libating? What does that mean? Libating? Is that libating?
Yeah, libating. What does that mean?
Libating to his father. I don't know what that means. That's a word, right? That's how am I
It is a.
pronouncing that
I
right?
think it's a word. Yeah. It is. Oh, just being drinking, staying up and drinking.
Okay. Like libation.
Yeah.
Building his house.
That needs to start
Another
becoming a more common word.
libating. Yeah. Building his house. Fetching stone for the scribe. Okay. Well, you got to have stone to write this doctor's note on. Got to do it. Um, with Khans making remedies, and Khans is the moon god. So he was out
Oh,
late, probably a witch or a warlock making potions, some kind of, you know, health potion for the bleeding daughter, probably.
they could just hang out with
Um,
these gods and
yeah, yeah,
just vouch for each other that way. You
right.
can ask, you can
Chisel
pray
out
to
of
him. You can pray to him. He'll just say, he'll tell you he was with
he'll
me.
he'll vouch for me
He'll-
tonight when you're praying to Ra. He'll vouch for me totally. You write it on a stone tablet and just throw it up into the air and see if, hey, do you
Add
want to
your
libate
signature.
tonight?
Yeah.
Throws it up in the air. Um, strengthening the door.
Yeah.
Obviously,
It's
we've all been there.
yeah. The
Got to
hordes
get
are
those
coming.
doors. Yep. Got to get those doors strong. Embalming his brother.
Oh shit.
Now look, I have to imagine that there was a lot of DIYing going on back then.
Right.
A few thousand years ago, they probably didn't have
They didn't have
like an
YouTube to like
undertaker.
how to
Yeah.
how to embalm your brother in 5 easy steps.
Yep. Probably a lot of trial and error. You had to embalm several of your brothers,
Yeah.
either well or not so well.
Right.
And then finally you get it down and there's a guy, you know, you know, Harold on the block. He's the best embalmer in town.
Hmm.
So, you bring over a 6 pack of remedies and you say, hey, you and I, we stay up and embalm my brother. What do you say? Yeah, I don't have to work tomorrow. I already, sent a stone tablet and letting him know that my daughter was bleeding, so I'm not going to be able to come into work.
This is all one person. All of
His wife
them.
is bleeding.
Oh, okay.
So maybe the daughter and the wife were,
Sounds like a domestic violence issue going on.
yeah, scorpion bit him.
Okay,
Yeah.
scorpions. Hmm.
Hmm. And his feast,
You just ate too much.
or he had a big feast.
Yeah, good for
Like,
him.
look, we stayed up
Is he just
feasting.
bragging?
Yeah. Due to the amount of food and
Libation.
libations I prepared for my guests, I was I'm much too tired to come into the pyramid today. Hope this email finds
Wait,
you
were these stone
well.
tablets from Egypt, or you keep?
I don't know. The picture is of Egypt.
Okay,
I don't know where they found these. I'm sure they didn't find these tablets under a Walmart in Ohio. They probably
right, right,
found
right.
them in
Were they
The
hieroglyphed, those tablets? Is that how they?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just said like daughter bleeding, and a guy was just like this. No, I'm kidding. It was I don't know. I couldn't tell. I don't care either.
Okay.
Um, Speaking of Egyptians, you want to talk about Gladiator 2?
Yeah, I haven't watched any trailers. That's a movie I'm probably gonna watch, so I'm gonna avoid all trailers for it.
Yeah. I saw one very short trailer, and for those of you who don't know, they're making a Gladiator 2, and Denzel Washington is the emperor. And if for those of you that don't know, Denzel Washington is a black man.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that don't know, I don't think there was ever a black man as the emperor of Rome. Now, that being said, maybe this is set in a
Alternate.
different alternate universe or a different uh country. I'm not sure.
Mm.
Again, Colt and I are avoiding spoilers. We don't want to know. Okay. Um, but in the trailer, it did have Denzel Washington go, ha ha. And I have to imagine that he's just like Joaquin Phoenix in Napoleon, he's doing the whole fuck the accent thing.
Yeah, he's just
And he's
like
probably talking like he was on the set of Training Day, I have to imagine. You know, if I had to guess.
he's gonna drop a couple lines from Training Day, get the scripts mixed up.
Yeah. Now
He's gonna
no
be the
shade to
equalizer, but in a
yeah,
gladiator pit.
exactly with the whatever, the like
Skull
olive
cap thing.
leaves. Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. The
Uh-huh.
like leaves or whatever. I don't know what the fuck those are. Um, but I mean, look, Denzel Washington is one of the greatest actors ever, in my opinion. He's
Yeah, he'll be
fantastic,
good
I
in
think.
it.
Yeah, he'll be great. And he can do whatever the fuck he wants,
Exactly.
to be honest. Yeah. So
I heard the
um
story is going to be a continuation of the first Gladiator, and it's gonna be Lucius, is that his name? The Emperor's son, Joaquin Phoenix's son,
oh
who's grown up.
no, that wasn't Joaquin Phoenix's son, that was his nephew.
The nephew. Right.
Yeah, because he was into his sister, which is not okay, people, but nice.
Back then, I mean, that's like a perfectly fine relationship, I think.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know, totally normal.
I mean, when you're royalty, what else are you gonna do?
Maybe not even royalty. It's just like there's not even a conversation about it. But she's your is that no one asked that. But
But she's your sister, and then they
in the movie they
shut
use
the
that
fuck
as
up.
a way to like show that he's a weird guy,
Yeah.
by our standards. But by their standards, that was like a totally normal thing, wasn't it?
I have to imagine it was completely normal
Yeah.
and beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. It's
Celebrate.
not. It's disgusting. Okay. It's
But
fucking disgusting.
I hope it's gonna be a good movie.
Yeah. Speaking of good movies, pretty good movie. I watched The Beekeeper a couple days ago with Jason Statham.
Nice.
I thought it was gonna be like a superhero movie. Like he's like,
He's
you know
the
what I mean?
beekeeper.
He turns into a swarm of bees, you know? Yeah.
He's doing
Spider-Man, but with bees. Yeah.
spraying his honey on everyone.
Yeah. Pollinating women all over the world in his when he's not fighting crime. Gosh, that worked out way too well. It came out of my head way too easily.
It's gonna work.
Yeah. But no, it was just like it was kind of a loose premise, where, you know, like the way he was, I don't know, they didn't go too much into it, but it's like
Is it like John?
he's
Let me guess the story because I haven't seen it.
go ahead.
Is it
Hmm.
is it like John Wick where he's got these bees in his backyard and then the Russian mafia like kills his queen bee or kidnaps it and then he's got to get
Keep
revenge?
going.
Like
Yep.
these are my like I'm just gonna do Arthur
That's pretty
Shelby.
good.
These are my
Oh,
these are my queen bees.
uh-huh.
And then
Keep
he's
going.
and then he's pretty much transporter, where
Yeah.
he's. Am I on the right track? Is
Can
this
you guess? Can you guess the beekeeper's background?
okay? He's ex. I'm already right, right?
Oh man, you yes, yes.
All
This is
right.
why I love you. Yeah.
He's an ex. He's either ex hitman or ex, uh, like so he's either got the dark backstory where he was an ex like hitman or ex cleaner for some sort of criminal organization, or
No.
he's an
Okay, go
ex
ahead. Yep.
government, or he's an ex government operative.
Keep going with that.
Okay, he's an ex government operative. He was sent in alone to handle situations that got out of hand, like,
I keep okay. Yes. Yeah.
and he was the guy you sent when things were way out of control,
Yeah.
and it's like
You're
he's your last resort, and you send him in, and you consider it done.
Yep. Okay, so here we go. You were close with the bees thing, right?
Oh,
He does keep bees on a property,
nice.
and someone doesn't take his queen bees per se, but something happens with someone very close to him who is a woman,
Oh, his queen, so to speak.
so to speak. Now, for his background, he is used to work for a not just a top secret, but like, of course, it's like way top secret, like the
Oh,
CIA and
Illuminati stuff.
FBI, and they have never even heard of this ops, right? And they're called the beekeepers.
Oh no, he's an ex like secret organization guy.
Oh yeah, deep, like black ops kind of thing, right? And he's an ex beekeeper, but he's still a beekeeper because
Yeah,
he
so
keeps.
so he's an actual beekeeper, but he was also this ex fictional
Yeah.
beekeeper organization. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And of course, he's completely off the grid. No credit cards, no name, no birth certificate, none of that shit.
Doesn't
But
he's got an iPhone.
eh, but somehow everybody knows of his reputation
Hmm.
for just being, just the baddest dude on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good movie though. I mean, it's
Sounds
entertaining. It's
exactly like the kind of movie I want to watch, actually.
it's a fun movie. It's very entertaining. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it's
But
like he starts out with, speaking of accents, it seems like he wanted to do the movie with like just like a very soft spoken man a few words kind of, like
yeah,
maybe American, maybe like
just a couple grunts here and there.
yeah,
Yeah,
no problem.
yeah.
Sure. Sure thing. Kind of thing.
Uh huh.
But then he has more and more lines and he like of course he has just like his English accent or whatever. Is he English or like
I think he's
oh, I don't
English.
know what
Yeah,
okay. Anyways, yeah, it's like proper Jason Statham. It's pretty good. I mean, it was
highly
entertaining.
recommended.
Highly 5 stars, highly recommend it. Go watch it right now. Um and that's all. Oh, I mean, we can talk about my last one, but Gamer attacks Florida man. I'm
Yeah.
all in favor of this, attacking people from Florida. I'm all for this.
This is kind of a common story in Korea, actually, because of the PC room cultures,
Yeah.
where and the fact that Korea is so small geographically, where if you piss someone off in a game, they'll like, you know, start to chat each other after the game, and then, you know, it escalates where it's like, okay, where do
Mhm.
you live, where, what neighborhood, where is it?
Wow.
And there's been stories of gamers going, traveling across Korea, maybe not even that far, but to another PC bang where the guy is talking the crap and then killing them. So this is kind of a common.
Killing them?
Yeah, there's been several murders
Whoa,
where
crazy.
over games, like arguments on games. In America,
Games.
we take it for granted where you could just talk all the crap you want, and it's like there's no way this guy's gonna find me, for one, and there's no way he's traveling all this way to come get me. But
Well, you do hear those scary stories of people getting swatted.
yeah, that's pretty scary.
That's pretty scary.
I don't even know how people even think of doing that. But anyway, this is actually a Korean man in US, and he flew to I don't even know if he's from Florida. Yeah, I think he had to buy plane tickets and stuff to go there. And then what
Wow.
he got to the guy's house, broke in, attacked him with a hammer. The guy survived.
Whoa.
Yeah, the guy survived, but the victim's like dad walked in and saw them struggling, and yeah, he's going to jail for a long time. He's his
In
defense.
Florida or in what happened?
I
Like,
think in Florida, yeah.
yeah, I guess do you get what is it called?
I think he's
Extradited?
I think he's I don't think he's Korean. I think he's Korean American.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wait. So he was in Korea though, and he
No,
flew
no,
to
no, no,
Florida,
no, no,
or
no, no, no.
oh,
I
okay.
okay, I see the confusion.
Sorry.
He's in America, but he flew
Gotcha.
across uh
He just flew.
America.
That's great. That's insane.
Yeah.
Get you get in a plane just to go kick someone's ass.
Yeah. Um and his defense, not his defense, but his reason for motive of attack was just the guy's a really he's a bad guy. He's a bad man.
I don't like him.
Yeah. But to be honest,
He's a big old meanie.
I bet the guy he attacked was probably one of those, you know,
Trolls.
trolls online. But it's
Yeah.
like
Like, look, man, I mean, I didn't, I never played like the online stuff
people get
much,
so mad, man.
but they do piss you off. Like me and Mason, we did a some online Elden Ring this week,
Uh-huh.
and you can't hear the like invaders. You can't hear them talking,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have mics or whatever. But that stuff, that stuff will piss you off.
Yeah.
Like when they invade and they have like a super meme build. They
Mm-hmm.
just have all this stupid like OP bleed or magic weapons, and then they just come in and like when you're playing the game seriously, you're like in a boss arena or like
Right.
or like a legacy dungeon or something, and then just some asshole comes in and just like interrupts the flow of the game on purpose. Now I get like in hindsight, it's funny. Like I get
Yeah.
why they're doing it, and
They're
it's
with their
fun, I
friends. Like,
guess.
look at these people. They worked so hard to get to this spot, and I'm just gonna knock
Yep,
them off the
exactly. I
table.
get it. Look, I totally get it, and it's like Miyazaki is like he's evil. That man is evil.
Mm-hmm.
As if the game isn't hard enough, then people that you don't even know are able to invade your game and kill you and your buddies just like that. You know, that's pure evil. But I guess it's part of the game, so you gotta put up with it.
They
But
programmed to satisfy that itch, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah.
So yeah, more
That's
information on it. He's from Newark. That's New Jersey, isn't it?
Newark, yeah, New Jersey, I believe.
So he flew from Newark to Jacksonville, and then he took
Well,
an
people
Uber.
from New Jersey are crazy.
Yeah, he took an Uber to a hotel about 35 north of Jacksonville, and then bought a hammer at a local hardware store. And
Bought a
then he
ham.
went to the victim's home, which was unlocked. Who who's leaving their house unlocked in Florida?
Maybe they live in a really rural part of Florida.
Yeah, it was a beach home, so I guess yeah.
This
Around
person was in the mob.
around 2
That's
a.m.
why I said people from New Jersey are crazy.
Yeah,
Have you
maybe.
watched Sopranos?
Yeah. Does that take
These
place
people
Are they in
are,
Jersey?
I'm pretty sure they're in New
Yeah, I think
Jersey,
you're
in the
right.
suburbs of Jersey.
Burbers. And then
Suburbs.
whenever the authorities asked him like why he did it, he just said he was a bad person online. Like I believe him actually. I believe that
Me
guy
too.
he attacked was probably one of the worst people online,
Yeah.
and he got what was coming from. Not that it should be condoned in any way. Like the
No.
obviously he doesn't deserve to be attacked in his home by a hammer,
Right.
but figuratively, you kind of wish those people would.
The police officer is like, now,
What's his screen ID? What's it?
no, yeah. Another cop is like, go ahead. So I mean, what you did is completely unacceptable. What he's like writing on his little notepad. He's like, just go ahead. And it's like the other little flappy thing is like, right here. He's like, just go ahead and tell me, like, why would you fly from New Jersey down to Florida? he was being a meanie on online, and he goes, "So you flew from New Jersey down to Florida because someone was trolling you on the internet, like one of the video game kind of things, and you decided to hit him with a hammer?" Yeah, that's right. He was being a meanie, and I decided to come down here with a hammer and attack him in his own home. Hmm. All right, I've heard all I can. Puts this thing in his and starts uncuffing his handcuffs. You sir are a hero, and I'm gonna send you. Here's my gun and some bullets, and
Finish the
please
job.
have a safe trip back to New Jersey.
Just
Yeah,
rips the note.
I've heard
Uh,
all I can, and he turns to the victim and just, "Yeah, that's for being a fucking meanie,
I swear, sometimes
sir.
they
I'm sorry.
deserve
I'm sorry I wasted your time. Please have a great day. Here's the keys to my car."
it. In the same way though, like it kind of segues into this dueling back in the day when people would not, you know, they had it up to here with another guy.
Here,
They had it up to here. They
I
would
won't take it.
they would duel each other.
I won't stand for it. When it gets up to here, I just won't stand for it
Mm,
anymore.
that's the breaking point. It's up to here.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't
When
even need
I've
to put your hand. It's just up to here.
I've had it up to here.
Hmm.
All right, I've had it up to here with your meaniness, okay?
They would just in those cases, they just duel each other.
Now, do you think it depended on where you were from? Uh to like would it be was it a geographical thing? Um well, I don't know how to form the sentence
Hmm.
to determine what you dueled with.
Like weapons.
Yes. Or non
Yeah,
or no weapons. So like
it would have either been
fisticuffs,
fist, yeah, fists,
swords,
swords, or pistols. Right? Those are probably the top
pistols,
three
yeah.
choices.
Probably.
It would probably be based on how wealthy they were.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I wonder if dueling was only popular among the wealthy, actually.
I think it was probably because it has to do with honor, right?
Hmm.
And I would think that people that were wealthy or like high standing members of society would probably they would just wager honor and cred all the time, you know?
Yeah,
And I bet you too, like I would think a lot of the time they wouldn't even duel themselves. They would have someone duel for them. Like
like John Wick 4.
exactly. Yes.
Did you watch that movie?
Terrible movie.
One of
Yeah.
the worst movies of all time. Not even the worst
Horrible.
considering like the worst among John Wicks. It's the worst among John Wicks, but it's one of the worst ever. I don't know
Yeah.
what they were thinking with that movie. How could they go from like it's not even more of the same. You know, it's like, oh, it's just
No.
more of the same stuff. It's just all bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, how could you that's a far fall from grace.
yeah. I would
Yeah.
challenge the director and do a duel on that one. But
I would sneak into his home and hit him with a hammer. Isn't that funny? Like that like I'm gonna hit like it's something about how violent that is makes it's just funny.
well, I think in his case, he probably, I bet it was one of those things of just like, he didn't have a plan. I bet
Nah.
he's just like, I'm going to go find him. He lives in Jacksonville. Okay, I
Yeah.
found, oh, whoa, I found him. Okay. Um,
Shit.
now what? I
I,
guess.
he's looking, he's like, well, I can't just go in there and slap him around. Let's think about this. I know. I'll use a hammer.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That
It
seems crazier than using like a firearm. You're
is.
going to use a hammer. You have to get close, right? You have to get literally arm's reach of the person. And not only that, to like hurt somebody or even kill someone with a hammer,
You got to
you
be
have to be proficient
capable.
enough
Yeah.
to hit them once and done, which you're probably not going to do. And if you don't do that, it's going to take multiple strikes
While
to
they're
like,
wiggling around and
uh-huh. Yeah, that's wild.
yeah,
To think I'm going to maybe he thought he would go there and just intimidate him and make like
that's what I think.
go like this.
But his rage just built up so much. On
Yeah.
whenever I hear stories of people who travel long distances to commit crimes, I always imagine them in transit. They're going over like doing this. There's rocket like they're on a mission at that point.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
they had every moment like how long is a flight from Newark to Jacksonville? It's like they had at least a couple hours
Oh yeah.
to just sit and think. And usually that's enough for people to cool down.
Right.
You had to
Do you
buy a
do
ticket, go
you
through security. Oh yes, thank you. Yep, no bags.
no thanks for me. Just the hammer, thanks. Do you think he was just listening to sounds of hammers striking things to get him in the mood?
Clanking noises.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like a podcast about hammers.
yeah.
The
He's
DeWalt
doing.
750 RW is
He's
one of the
doing
lightest
this.
weight yet sturdy hammers in the line of hammers that we have here at DeWalt.
In fact, if you're gonna
Made
bash
of
someone's skull, perfect.
made of a blend of steel and cobalt. It's the perfect tool to get any job wink done.
Without getting your hands dirty, or
Whether you're driving in nails or pummeling a human skull to literal shards, it's the choice for any professional. Oink wink.
it's crazy.
That's crazy, dude. To buy and then to go buy the hammer too.
Yeah.
Just the hammer. That should be some some teenager walks in into a hardware store in Florida. Some you said he's Korean, right?
yeah.
I have to imagine, right, that that was at a place first off that he
Very,
goes
very
in.
racist right now. What you're saying?
Is it? No. In a rural part of Florida,
yeah.
and he just buys a hammer.
One hammer.
One hammer. No bags, no like construction hat, no belt,
You'd have to
just an out of
imagine if someone doesn't own a hammer, they probably don't own nails. So,
or they like
like,
or they have so many nails
why would you?
that
What world would it be where you have so many nails but you're missing a hammer?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I have no idea.
That's a red flag.
What I'm saying is that there's just a teenager comes in, probably pretty well dressed if he's living in Jersey, probably a suburb of New Jersey. You know what I mean? Just got off a plane. You know, he can afford a plane ticket
True.
on his own accord and just, I mean, if it's in a rural, maybe he had to rent a car as well.
He had an Uber. Yeah.
Oh, he had an Uber. Okay. So the Uber's waiting for him. So he's got money to burn, right? And he goes, oh, just it'll be real quick. I'm just getting
Can
one
you
thing.
wait here? Actually.
I'm just getting one thing. Okay. Goes in. Does he get a bag? Do you think he got a bag for his hammer?
He's, he's walked out with the hammer in his hand. Like in a video game when you equip the weapon and you're just
Yeah.
your character just running around with the weapon drawn.
You take a couple. Yeah. Ah.
He became a GTA character.
Yeah, he became the video game.
Right.
That's
Oh
hilarious.
gosh.
That's funny.
But yeah, I wonder if like hardware store places if the cashiers get any training for recognizing like combinations of
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Just like some random teenager walks into your hardware store. He was a teenager, right?
I think he's a young dude. Yeah, maybe
Okay.
20s.
Okay. So a young guy, probably not from a, doesn't look like he's from these parts. All right, he's
20
in
years old, yeah.
okay, young guy in Florida, right? And just walks in, just just the hammer, please, for me. No bag. I
Yeah.
won't need it. Actually, no, no bag, thanks. I'll I'll wear it out of the store. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
There must be some story like someone's got a hammer, some plastic bags or plastic tarps or whatever, and then duct tape, zip ties, those kind of
Yeah,
things. Gasoline.
and a gun, a gun.
Yeah.
What tipped you off? Well, it was the zip ties. He got the heavy duty ones instead of the small ones, and I thought that's crazy. Oh, it wasn't the firearm. I mean, it's Florida.
It's
Come
fun.
on, come on.
Not behind any case or anything.
No, no, just 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 the gun, some bullets,
Actually, we got a vending
heavy duty
machine.
zip ties.
We got a vending machine on the side.
Takes quarters.
Oh god.
Oh, can you break this 100 all quarters, please?
That's the deterrent, is it? It just takes
Yeah.
quarters. Like a gumball machine.
Yeah. And that allows the cashier enough time to call the cops. That's how they buy the bullets. They're all
Uh,
loose too. They're not even in that like plastic thing.
yeah.
It's like when you buy it's like when you buy the quarter machine of like the Mike and Ike's, they just come loose,
Right.
you know? Yeah. Just like a
Get
hand
into your
fistful of
hand.
hot tamales. Yeah.
Yeah.
9 millimeter
Oh
bullets.
gosh. 1 quarter.
Yeah.
Uh, dude. Are bullets
Uh
that cheap? Are they a quarter a bullet?
no,
I don't think
I
so,
doubt it.
right?
No. That's just a funny bit though,
That's
because we're comedians, you know.
yeah, true.
We're funnier than that lady I sent you
Way
on the.
funnier.
She was just telling a story that just wasn't funny.
But she had all the cadence and swagger
Yeah,
of telling a funny story that I think it tricked some of the audience members.
maybe, yeah.
They're like, "Oh yeah, jeez,
Infantile brains of the audience members.
yeah." This is the timing. This is the time where I'm supposed to laugh. Ha ha.
People are just like, what the? All right.
Funny stuff.
Do you want to plug any dates or anything coming up?
No, I'm all. I mean, I'm all sold out now anyway. So,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
uh,
I'm going to be in Florida at the end of the week, and now I have a my quartet is giving a recital on Saturday.
nice.
So if anybody's in the DMV area, come to there's a church in Pohick, 3 p.m. Saturday. I don't know. We might live stream it too. So just
Heck yeah. Let me know if you're
follow
live
my
streaming.
yeah keep an eye out on my Instagram. I'll let people know. I'll send a link or something like that. Other than that, that's all I got.
Sounds good, Bronco.
Don't don't get so mad about people on the internet. Just remember that those people are stupid dumbheads, and
Mm-hmm.
just they're probably just mad at themselves, and they're taking it out on you. So just don't listen to what these meanie dumbheads have to say. Okay?
Yeah, you don't need to bash their heads in with skull with hammers.
Yeah. Don't please don't do that. That's not don't please don't do that.
Bye.
Moing.
Recording stopped.